I had actually just interviewed Monique and her husband, Sydney, earlier today. And we talked about her whole history and, you know, her whole Hollywood journey. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, with a particular focus on the whole Netflix situation. Now, you actually agree with Monique on her stance.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Explain.
Well, everybody has their way of going about what their calling and their mission is, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody is to say, you know, how that is to come about. Whether you boycott Netflix or not is of no consequence to me. The fact that the dialogue about black women in Hollywood being underpaid is actually a spoken out loud dialogue, that's the important thing that has happened. The fact that anybody's even talking about it. Monique isn't doing anything that Viola Davis hasn't spoke on, or that, you know, other entertainer, black women of stature have spoke on. And the fact that, you know, it is going to have to be addressed is the conversation. Whether it moves the needle or not still remains to be seen. Just because we bitch about something and bring it to the light when it comes to women doesn't mean that anything is going to change. But we are the ones that are going to have to change everything, because men have fucked up everything in every genre of everything. So we're going to have to get from being thoughts in front of the camera, get behind the camera, direct some shit, write some shit for us. These motherfuckers are not going to do it. And we know how to pay us, what our worth is. We're going to have to start to get budgets. People are going to have to believe in our worth on film. Thank you, Black Panther. And, you know, the fact that she brought it up is she's fighting a fight. She's taking all the bricks and the arrows from me. You know, they're talking about her and that she's crazy, but that's going to help me, which will help people, you know, after me.
Well, you're a stand-up comedian yourself.
And a great one.
A great one. I mean, you've done movies as well, but I feel like your bread and butter is really stand-up comedy.
For now.
For now. You said you wanted a Netflix special.
I said I would take a Netflix special.
You would take a Netflix special.
I didn't say I want it.
Okay.
Because I don't want or need any of them. It would be the cherry on the cake, but I still got the cake. Right. If I do a Netflix special, an HBO special, a Showtime special, it's no consequence to me. If they want me, I'm ready. If they never want me, I'm cool with that too. And I say that because I came up in a time when the specials were special. When if you did a special, the next day you rule the motherfucking world. You're going on Carson. You're going on tour. You're doing this. You might get your own show. Boom, if you do a special. Now these specials, they're simply not special. You can do a special. You'll be the same motherfucker next week shopping at the 99-cent store for your paper towels, toilet paper, and napkins.
Right, because I feel that the Dave Chappelle's Netflix specials didn't really do a whole lot. Didn't really have a big impact.
That's what's the point.
Not a $20 million impact.
I mean, it's just what's the point? You know, because they can get you without you having to do a special. And then sometimes these specials come with stipulations. Maybe if you use the content on the special,
right,
you can't use the content anymore.
Right.
I'm not really down with nobody telling me when not to say what I thought of in my head. You can't really buy me like that. I mean, let me rephrase that. I can be bought, okay? But you'd have to, you know, but it's like selling part of my soul if I give you my content and you gonna tell me I can't do it no more. If I'm in fucking Natchez, Mississippi, how the fuck you gonna know if I say this shit or not? So I just don't, I'm not a good girl with legal stipulations and shit. I'm a free bird. So if I do a special, so be it. I'm not saying I wouldn't if they want me, but if I don't never do one, you know, it ain't gonna stop my flow.
Right, because, and this is something me and Monique talked about, there was a stipulation where she couldn't use the material for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Now, she could still do stand-up. It's not like she's it's stopping her from actually doing what she does the most, but she couldn't reuse the material for up to 2 years. And we talked about the $500,000 offer, and she felt that was too low as well. We've had a lot of comedians on the show that disagreed with her stance. T.K. Kirkland was one. John Witherspoon was another. And ultimately, some people are going to agree, some people are going to disagree. But I do applaud the fact that she did use her platform to talk about how she felt.
Here's the thing about the money, okay? There are people who are funnier than Monique that would get less. And there's people who have more stature in the game and deserve more. Now, I am not one of the original queens of comedy. She was, will always be. It's the highest grossing female comedy tour ever. At that time, it was the only female comedy tour ever, and there haven't been many since successful in that way. She had her own show when she was a fat bitch. That don't happen. She had Monique's Fat Chance, which should have never stopped. An empowering, wonderful show for big bitches to show off their game, their swag, their talent, and their shine. She's done many, many other phenomenal things. So for that alone, you need to pay me to know who the fuck I am. But then there's also the fact that people will say, are you $1.5 million worth of funny? If we pay you this money, are you going to smash this shit? If they gave her that money and she didn't crush that shit, then it'd be like a whole bunch of shit, wasn't worth it, just sucks, blah, blah. Social media now can kill a motherfucker's career. So, it is what it is. Like I say, if they want to holler at me, I'm willing to sit down at the table. If they never do, I'm not going to lose no sleep about that.
Right. It is what it is. You're still getting your money. You're still touring. You're still doing your movies. You're doing your thing.
Yeah.